Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, konnichiwa, ohio, I don't, oh, aloha, hola, and welcome to another stream by me. Alrighty, guys. I do apologize if I cough a lot. I'm not getting sick. I've just used my voice way too much in the past couple of days. Working 2 doubles in a row was not fun. But, um, welcome back to Final Fantasy. The new update is finally released. I have been looking at a couple of the new things without streaming because this is not really a tutorial site. This is just me playing my game, having a good time, making new friends, which I'm not very good at. But anyways, the new update went up on Friday. I have not played in the past 2 days due to the fact that I worked doubles the past 2 days, and I knew that everybody was going to be trying to log in at once. But today, this morning, when I logged in, I was only on a 32 queue, so that was pretty lucky of me. I'm guessing nobody's really awake at this time, so it's easier to get in at this time. It's also Sunday, which is a very weird day, so I know I'm probably not going to get a lot of viewers today, but that's totally fine as well. But as you can see from my last stream, this is completely different. I had to move everything around. All my summons are here. Their attacks. Try Disaster is new as well, because that used to be different. This was activated when I came in, so I don't know if this is going to change back to the Dreadworms trance, but I believe it should. If that's the case, that means I can get rid of something else. I can get rid of one of these, and it'll be fine. But there are a lot of new changes. For the summoner, it looks like I won't get anything else until level 90. Where did I see it? Oh, it's up here. Yeah, so I get the new summons at level 90. I already have this. So it's only 3 new summons, which is fine. I'm hoping it just replaces these guys instead of taking up more space. But I'm very upset because Aether Pack is gone, Bio, Midasana. I mean, I still have Adel. What the heck is Adel supposed to do for me? But whatever. We're probably going to stream here for about 2 to 3 hours because we will be focusing on the main story. Couple of tips if you do plan on logging in that I was told. Go to a place where there's not going to be a lot of players logging in. Excuse me. So basically, don't like log out right here. Log out in like an inn or here where the main story quest is. Where is it? Is it? Oh, I was facing it the first time. Like the Rising Stones, you're the only player in there. Apparently, that's supposed to make it a lot easier whenever you're logging in. Alright, let's turn up this volume a little bit. There we go, just so I can hear. Alright, let me turn up the desktop audio just a little bit so y'all can hear it as well. Because I know my voice is pretty loud. Alright, so next ship to sail. And I'm going to apologize now while I'm reading these, because if I'm reading these and I'm saying words wrong, I'm not very good with words, guys. So please, I do apologize. Ooh, horse chestnut weapon cover. Alphonso is feeling the need to take stock. Draco is not from Harry Potter. I took Draconicus and took Draco from that, but that's fine. Draco, do you have some time to talk? No, I don't. I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Ooh, first cutscene for the new update. Oh man, no voices. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous tower. Oh, okay, I didn't read fast enough. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as Telephori. The Telephories forays, I don't know. Stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of their... God, why is this going so fast? Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arenvald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet, while these threats close to home of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telefora are under leadership of Fandaniel and one of the delightful fellows, Xenos, the Crown Prince, our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Valaris, and plunged Garlemald. Oh god, I can't read. The capital has probably seen the worst of it for a good while there. It saw the bloodiest fight in the War Succession, but has since changed in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by barking of cannons and cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tampered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into soaring edifices born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Teleforoi? Teleforoi? Is that it? An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way in Charlian, I'm sure of it. Master for comments regards the final days were curious, to say the least, and Forum knows more than they're letting on. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from Mistress Squirrel. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Limsa and board the next ship bound for Charlian. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldician. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at prospect of returning home after so long. Oh, at the prospect of returning after so long. I am eager to see it, of course. Of course, ahem. Well, we should set off. That's what it said, I think. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need to at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Oh, Tataru. Tataru's waifu. Tataru is definitely waifu. Alright, so let's speak to Totaro and Limsilo Ninditha. I know I do this weird, I'm sorry. Alright, they even changed the way you teleport through the Ethernet, so when you click it like that, look at that! And then when you click on it, it's like, bam! It's there. Oh, is this not where I was supposed to go? I thought this is where I was supposed to go. Let's go here. Thought we were meeting by the airship landing. Because we're supposed to take an airship. Where are you guys? Really? Really? By the Arcanist Guild? So So I don't know if I'm going to do 5 or 10 of the main story quests. I do still plan on doing my dailies. I'm not going to be doing that on camera though. So we'll see what happens. Oh, we're taking an actual boat, not an airship. That's right. Alright. Tataru. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Sarlian should be pulling into port soon. Please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Ooh, second cutscene. Also, sorry if y'all hear sipping. I am currently drinking jasmine tea with some honey because, like I said, my throat hurts from talking so much for the past 2 days. You have the voice actors this time? No? Grahatia.
They've almost finished loading our cargo.
Oh, thank God.
We'll be ready to depart right on schedule. Or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's winds are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Oh, Alphino.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Ha. You was told.
Better.
No, Tataru, don't cry.
Are you right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hell-bent on destroying the world. And once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
You know what? That one. She does need a little taste of reality.
Well, that's hardly comforting.
I'm sorry, Tataru, but things happen.
Good. You're still here.
Tori! Kotine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your
your fellow scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
And then they all died.
All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Loss leads to loss. Every beginning has an end.
Oh, shut up, Emmett Selk. I believe that's Emmett Selk, or his voice.
Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Ugh. Ooh. What's this?
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Ooh, another part of the map is gonna be unlocked. I feel like the map got bigger now. Looks like it got bigger. It may not have been. Might just be imagining stuff. Think. Am I hearing her voice again? Because I know I haven't heard it in a while.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
The twins are so cute. What am I saying?
Called out to you, you say?
Oh.
I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
Awesome sauce. The twins are so adorable. Oh, it's the stairs up. I was like, why is the door open? What's gonna happen? I swear that's Heidelin. That's gotta be Heidelin. Like, there's no way that can't be Heidelin.
My voice yet reaches you.
It is! It is Heidelin!
Hear, feel,
I
think,
fucking knew it. I knew it was her.
and thus do we meet face to face at last.
I
My well
fucking
of light,
knew it.
guided by the crystal.
No, I'm gonna ask why now. Why now after so long? Like, you haven't talked to me in forever.
After you sojourn in the first, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Heidelin has always been, a primal. The Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
Time shenanigans.
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
So are you saying that I'm an Asian?
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
We better. I have so many more questions. And there I go, and just a walking down the street. Oh, did we go?
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Oh, Alice, you're so excitable.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Charlie.
Oh, I see it.
in Father's eyes. But we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You've done this far.
You're not alone in this, don't you?
Oh, Estinian.
Indeed. It is as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am
Ow.
confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I keep forgetting Ishtola is blind. Stola's blind, Thinkard can't use ether, Orionje can't swim. You learn something new every day. It's the moon! And it begins.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Marnwin hinterlands.
Oh yeah, Eldershire.
How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
That's why the buildings look so similar.
So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next, then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Grahatia, why you be so hot?
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahat here of the students of Baldesion at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications. Ishtola rule.
Seriously? We don't get to know all of their last names? I mean, they probably said it once, but I can't remember.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Oh, they better let them in.
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Of course.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
Although Alphino has become so emo.
These last two are not Charlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Oh shit. Don't give me choices. Uh, let's say... Let's say adventurer by trade, because there's a million adventurers. Like, I don't see why not. I don't want to say champion of Eorzea or artisan. Artisan.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea.
Oh, you
Does
bitch.
indeed match the profile provided. You may enter. And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Oh, Estinian, don't fuck this up.
If you'll allow me...
Kryle. It's got to be.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldesion, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your present company concerned. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Oh, Cryo. Why are you always so sweet? Just like the Taru. Ugh. If y'all keep hearing a clicking sound other than my keyboard and mouse,
It is good to see you.
it's me turning my mic on and off because I cough really loud and don't want to hurt y'all's ears.
Notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh, welcome, friends, to Charlian.
Oh, Cryo.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Ha! Of course.
Say something, Sir Taciturn.
Stop looking at us, you evil front desk person. Alright, so let's hit X. Let's speak to Cryo. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming in support. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Complete. Alright. Is this going to be better than what I currently have on? Oh, Grimoire. Okay. Yeah. I'll equip that Grimoire. Awesome. It's a weapons Colfer, duh. Okay. Before I do... You know what? I'm not going to do that on camera because you are here for the main story. So I'll do them as I go because there's not that many. So let's talk to Cryo. And I think also the first mission's normally the Ethernet stuff. Old Charlian, new to you. Cryo sweeps the Scions with a speculative look. More cutscenes. I had thought to launch directly into explanation of what I've learned and how I might proceed. We might proceed. But this is Draco and Estinian's first time in Charlian, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you may all have a sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. 'Tis a fine suggestion. We may not welcome the Libera estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself within the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might reacquire myself with this. May even yield some useful gossip. God. I do have places I would be remiss if not in not visiting forthwith, by thy leave. Oriange, why you talk so formally all the time? What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the taking. That won't be necessary until we reconvene. I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? Been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Of, of course, if you will have me. Come, Draco, Charlian awaits. Alright, speak with Grahatia. There's so many people here. After you, my friend, I am more than content to follow your lead. Grahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Grahatia behind by entering a different area using the Aethernet or putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Grahatia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Grahatia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Kryl. All set? Then let's be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kryl is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryl at the designated location. While your accompanied may encounter conversation points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion, entering the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Wait, so are they like literally oh, they are literally following me. Nice. Okay. So, well, we're here, so where is... Oh, it's right in front of me. So let's attune to this, since we're passing it already. Alright. What is this? Is this one of those talking points? Now that is a sight one could hardly forget, the great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldessian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. That was Grahatia. Let's try Kryl. This pad leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlian people prize their accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individuals, Charlians can, and do, worship the divinities of their choosing. The more you know. Alright, so we gotta go here. Gotta talk to Kryl. Huh. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlian tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. That's right, just like the bread that they had. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first, and the taste is a distant second. There was one pupil in Studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. So the last stand came to be. It is at this name that implies the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlian, and one and only bastion the one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself, because you were a typical Charlian when it came to cheap and convenient Raha. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aethernet Plaza. So, these stairs? Am I basically Gaia? I feel like I'm Gaia. You're probably gonna have me attune to it anyways, but I'll attune to it now. Alright. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's perfectly functioning Aethernet. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlian stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what is necessary, what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora Charlian's largest market. Is there no other side ones here? Oh, here's a side one. It's weird that there wasn't one down there. Alright, Grahatia first. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment. How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Ah, perhaps I'll return here later then. Let's try Cryo. These little open-air bookstores are so uniquely Charlian, I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. That was it? Okay. I mean, I guess. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlian, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? Ahem. On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one that has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up that imposing building at the very top. So, Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, climb stairs. Alright. Is there anything else here? No? Cool. So, Aetherite Plaza, and then head north, up the stairs. It's fine, I can download that later. Alright, so here's a side one. These little decorative features are typical of Charlian architecture. I always forget that word. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. Discuss the water features. This is the Nymphium, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Charlian's, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of knowledge which flows from Thaliak's divine ewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city and propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Alright, so am I supposed to go up those stairs or those stairs? I think they both lead the same way. Of course, everybody's up here. Everybody! This grand structure before you is Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those few buildings grow into a town, a community, and the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come here whenever you wish. That was weird. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the views. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Alright, so we're going this way. It is a really pretty view. Like, I know I'm lower, but it's still a pretty view. I keep, like, wondering, why does this all look familiar? And then I remember, oh, wait, it's in Ildeshire, too. Like, some of these buildings are designed the exact same. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this were those who put ashore with Akron Neunkrep built their first homes. I have no idea what that second name is. In the present day, it serves as the residential district for most important officials and the oldest Charlian families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Louviere. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Charlian tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldessian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge at our right, and then follow the path below the Aethernet Plaza. Correct. After you, Draco. Oh my god. I gotta lead you guys still. Is there another way to the Aethernet Plaza? I don't think so. I don't know this map very well yet. There was, but oh well. So, go to the Aethernet Plaza, and then head east? No, you turn right. And then... God, I'm so bad with directions. And then turn right here. Nope. Oh, you go down to the harbor and then turn right, I'm guessing. Oh, like right here. And another shard I can attune to. 2 seconds, Kryle. 2 seconds! Because I only got these 3. Alright. As a joyous look from Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldessian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive at the doorsteps of Phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you then. I'm back, and I've brought Draco and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship, then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Draco. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Sunjika? Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldessian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousins, Ijika. Oh yes, Eureka. I've read initial reports. Quite shocked to hear what's become of the Isle. Do you take care of the opportunity to join the something? This place is a second home for the students. The Isle of Owls served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had an occasion visit, whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. Oh, no. No. And the annex is about to provide lodgings for members while we engaged in research. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the teleforio fall. Through that door on the left, there is a main hall where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussion begin in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. The nap room's perfect for an afternoon doze. You're such a cat. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed, far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. 'Twas simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad that we would slip into the Andron and just to steal a few winks. And thus became they known among the students as nap rooms. Even many such naps might last. Oh God! Say the word, and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully, the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Going here. Right. Feeling refreshed and alert, our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
Orionje's voice.
It's fine, Oriange. We're all here now. Let's get down to business then, shall we?
To defeat the Huns.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition.
Telophoroi, I was right the first time.
I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Charlian, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Charlian focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, We have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Charlian colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Favner. Her
Ooh,
mission
another new island?
appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavner would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Charlian is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnerian one.
Oh, so it's going to be another choice.
May hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Nah, I'm good.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Charlian. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Of course you would want to
Allow me
read.
offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Simeon, where haven't you been?
So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Does that mean I'm going by
We can meet
myself?
afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Alright, we'll hit complete on that. And in the meantime, I am going to go get some more tea, so I shall be right back. And I'm back with another cup of tea. Alright, let's see. Who should I choose first? Cryle or Thinkrid? Research or action? Research or action? Let's probably do the boring one first. An unsettling change has come over Charlian, but together we will divine the underlying cause for the Forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the councillors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Charlian's archives of historical records for any hints of connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. But now I have this band of willing reinforcements, and the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Nomenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Alright. Let's go. Oh, we're probably going to reconvene here anyway, so I'll just have one main story on at a time. 'Cause I probably can't do the next one until they're both done. So, let me right, and let's run. Oh look, quests have been unlocked. Tranquility. Oh nice, they made a little shortcut for us. Okay, where... Oh, I just saw everybody gathering here, so I figured I'm supposed to go there. But that is not the case. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Nomenon, Charlene's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many that for the archives of Nonomon extend deep beneath the surface, like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Gubal Library Library pale in comparison to Nomenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlian is free to enter and peruse its shelves, well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to a certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Istola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice and Alphana will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem as a non-citizen. You are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlan history or forum policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you a working knowledge of those subjects will make it easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they found some promising tomes. Happy reading! Yay! Books. Alright. So I gotta find a whole bunch of books on the first floor. I would go for the brightly colored books. The title of the spine reads The Story of Charlian. Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadan man by the name of Ninkripf. Nimkripf was a student of astrology and divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he that built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for the imperial realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nimkrif's crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Ninkrif wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abalanthia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Ninkrif gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers, and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time became the city of Charlian. We live in the city of Charlian we live in to this day. That was a really long book. Roads of Old, The Colony. I love how all these books are probably going to start out with many years ago. On the banks of the Thaliac in the Dravinian hinterlands, the Charlian colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sphere in the year 1311 of the 6th astral era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Charlians. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Charlian colony. Eorzean residents took a colony to the colony itself, Charlian, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Charlian inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Great Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed themselves a corner of abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Ildeshire. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Ildeshire. This book does not appear to contain any additional information on the Forum or cover the history of Charlian Motherland in greater detail. I had to figure out which books they are. So some of these I'm probably just going to be reading shenanigans. Okay. Ooh, is this the Cook one? In the years which followed the founding of Charlian, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to even longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th astral era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlian would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of nationwide vote. Thus was the Forum, as we know it today, conceived and created. I'm like, I want to do every other book, but I don't. Okay, the title reads An Introduction to the Heavens. Well, let's see what this is about. Oh, this is not about anything. Have you ever gazed up at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak of not of shifting cloud patterns, but the vastness beyond of the sun of the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us is to be finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of the boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain its satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern and stray abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earth-bound existence. Having read their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if they were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past, that their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably, as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? Yeah. It doesn't have anything about the forum. Let's see. Forever 20 summers. My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put... Oh, God, another wrong book. Have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed the rest of your body as you should? I, too, at once engaged in foolish practices, but one night engrossed... I feel like this should be like a commercial. A philosophical study. I had an epiphany. For the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we still have few years in life which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant, but you could be 19 or 23 or 40, whatever age you are when you discover this manual. Let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, you will extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research. Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp greater truths for you to pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore secrets maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, ethereological, and arcane viewpoint. That literally sounds like an infomercial for like happy pills, but it's not happy pills, it's just a mantra. Stewards of Wisdom. Tea first. Alright. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Niamkrif, founder of Charlian Bor, witnessed the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through the knowledge and reason. Charlians took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth in coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trial, the tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlian would live by their founder's teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war and with knowledge deliver the world. Woo! Finally, time to go rendezvous with my friends. I literally read all the books in here. Yep, I read all the books. Alright, so rendezvousing here, I'm guessing, because this is where everybody's standing. Sorry, were you waiting long? I feel like the more I talk, the worse my voice is getting. I wanted to make sure I'd borrow at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Crow should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I can see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we had no choice but to start with tangibility-relevant tomes, if they are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would be nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was quite fond of reading outside, but it's not the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak to one of the family servants, asked how things were. It seems our father has instructed the staff that even if Elfino and I were to return to Charlene, we were not allowed to to be allowed across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand this position in the forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlotte, yes, but I was born rather far away. The southern reaches of Ilsbard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos and coastal region. God, Allegan's founded. I can't keep up with this reading. So I'm gonna have to just read it in my head. And if you're at home, you have to start reading it yourself. He was adopted. So everyone was an orphan unless you were rich. Again? Gotta make sure everything is on point. I don't think it's this one. That's because I don't remember seeing primals. Wait, were they primals? Are all of these true? Mm, why can't I'm just gonna click this one because I feel like that would happen first. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna click the first one again because I don't remember hearing of this either. Yep. No. It was the keening. God dang it. The the first one was Sword Arc. Yep. Ah. So I only got one wrong. That's not too shabby. Oh my god. Why do we have to wait one more time? See, it'd be more easier if all of these were voice acted. You're not wrong, Istola. Now I gotta do more reading. Or what you feel is like an aid to Istola's. Oh dear, you look exhausted, but what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on subjects I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a memmott at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Nice. Should I? No, I'll finish this side quest. Ready for a tea break? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down at the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables. I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Ooh, coffee does sound good right now. But I just had 2 cups of tea, so I guess I'm fine. Oh, Istola, making me run everywhere. I like the change in the music too. Like this music's completely different from the first updates. It's pretty chill. This should be the last stand. Yep. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions to gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telefroy. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Let's do it. Side proceed with quest objectives. You can leave LSA behind. Okay, same basic principle as the last one. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. If you you misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telefroy. These enemies of peace have promised to end all we hold dear, and wait, you're the House of Lavea girl, aren't you? This man with you is obviously a foreigner. I heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge in their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to rumor. Thank you to leave me be. I've not to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Draco. God. Yes. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telefroy and their unconscionable plans? My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Leveilleur. My apologies, but I work in the house offices of the Forum, and if word reached Master Forchant that I was helping you, I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Nobody wants to talk to you, girl. You were disowned. Again. Cutscene. What can I offer today? Ow. Everyone has their opinion, and their opinion ain't always right. Nope. I'm a server in real life. Now I have to be a server in a game. Thank you. Of course, I'm happy to take the job because I need the money. T chatty group. Tisla outside with a friend of hers. Alright, let's see if I can remember this on the first try. TSAT. Or their final days. Forgot I was supposed to be reading this. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or historic, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. No thank you, nerd! And she ordered the omelet, literally in order. Ah, finally, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in, no time to waste. That's cute. What? The Telephoroi? Ah, yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days, same old senseless wamarnarging. When will the fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice. I fully support our decision to remain neutral. I don't want to try that other one. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. The final days. This is the first I've heard of it, although that would explain why my friends have been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. Gleaner? Oh, cool, he's gonna explain. Gleaners are collectors of sort, travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So, named for those folk who trail After the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed, I, by all accounts, gleaning is most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Telepharoi make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor, you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. So one person heard of the newspaper, but is still with the forum. One person never heard of them at all because they don't keep up with events. And the other one didn't know, and then he thought about it, and he said, yeah, it's probably happening. We'll get able to get anyone talking. One person. Seem unaware of the 5 days under, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. The forum does have secret knowledge, and they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part as well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. If only I could actually be in-game. But let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from gossips and their wagging tongues. Ah, there she is. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Cutscene! Wow, we're gonna have a one-to-one moment.
When our father disowned us,
Yes,
I knew
voice acting.
I was him. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian? Grahal said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently. They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Charlian is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world.
Okay, I've read that.
Knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by...
Oh, no, it was that guy that told me about it.
Wait, didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yep.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. and gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Yay! I thought I already. Oh, okay, I did. Labyrinth Descent. Alice A is excited to share your revelations. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go ahead to Nomenon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Alright, heading all the way over there. Whoops. Why is there not an Etherite over there? Oh, there's one right there. There is kind of one over here, but... Boom, boom, boom. Think I learned something today. Don't plan on streaming if you have a scratchy throat, because talking too much and drinking tea, well, drinking tea kind of helped, but now it's starting to hurt again. Oh yeah, there's a little path that I can jump up right here. Alright, Miss Kryle, what you got for me? They be robbing people. That's why they have so much stuff. They're all like, oh, this is going to be part of history soon. A fine idea. Let's not start any arguments. Better not disappoint me, Kryle. Aw. Raha is such a sweet good boy. just down here. There you are. Ready? Leperoth is not far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Alice and try not to fall behind. Run! Run! Oh, it's one of those video games where they're gonna walk super slow wherever they're going. This isn't a date, LSA. You're just walking me to the entrance. I know you is infatuated with me, but no, because I'm gay. Try to keep up. I'm right here, LSA. Do we? I thought we were going to just fly. Yep, knew it. But now I don't know where to go. Wait, isn't this big castle thing? It is. Okay, okay, I have time to hurry, 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 hurry. Did you remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. It's like she knew what I was doing. Okay, so through the doors. Okay, and down the stairs. Why is there a chocobo thing down here? Ooh, we gotta take an elevator somewhere fancy. Oh yeah, we're going down to the basement, which is supposedly something like a museum. Ooh.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Why would there be no escape though? Like,
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. I assure you that we are beneath Charlian itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
that's where we're gonna be in like another 100 years.
You see, and once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
All the answers. Why are y'all working together? What drugs are you smuggling? That's probably what's happening. Still have that poor paint cryo.
Did you call to me just now?
Oh, no? Ooh, she's hearing her too.
How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
You know, that's how Thancred started, and then he got pulled into the first. So... gonna have another issue like this again? Oh god, I have to... Oh, okay, because it's actual land. It's not just a city. This is very cute music. I like it. Alright. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos, you know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. Just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped on our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion? She's taking inventory. Let me think. Thuria seeds should be item 1058, Cumin seeds 1059, Snarlberry 1060, or were they 1061? Ah, my head feels like it's stuffed with mogo grass. So booger grass. Okay, if you're Hispanic or Mexican, you understand that reference. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Oh, why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone makes a Corinthian carrots for Gur Abian carrots? What then? So things are coming in and out. Got it. So we have the inventory, people carrying stuff, and don't know who this is. You're here to help or give me more headaches because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Oh, so it's just a group of cleaners. Look at that chocobo. And Electrico, what tales did the gleaners have to tell? Well, taking stock, shipments are larger, and everybody's tired. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every time they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Alrighty. Well, guys, that is it for me today. I've done the first 5 quests. I think this is what I'll do every week, is only 5. If I miscounted, I'm sorry. I could have sworn that was the 5th one. But look at this whole map we get to discover next time. Wait. Before I go. Oh, wait. Aether Compass is gone now. Huh. Well, do we automatically fly here? Nope, we don't fly here. Great. Well, anyways, guys, thank y'all for watching. It was awesome having y'all. I'm trying to do something, and I can't remember what I'm supposed to do it. Nope. Unless they change the key. Oh, there it is. Thank you guys for watching. This was awesome. If you saw me on Twitch, that's cool. If you're watching me on YouTube, that's cool too. You guys have a good day, and I will see y'all next Sunday. And maybe my summoner will be leveled up from doing my dailies. We'll never know. Bye!